You can't see this, but I'm sitting in a pile of stuff. I'm like, you know, the little dumpster lady at the end of Labyrinth. That's me. This is a mess, but this is my 2025 favourites, my mid-year favourites. I've seen a few of these videos going around, and I, as a viewer, really enjoy them. They give me old school YouTube vibes. The most recent one I saw was by my friend Lucy Moon. Thought I'd make one. 2 questions before I get going. Some of you don't like me holding this, okay? I had a comment on my last video saying that this makes mouth noises and the person doesn't like it. But if I clip it here, does that sound better? Will we do this video with the mic here instead? So how are we feeling about this audio? Is it better if I speak directly into it? What do you prefer? I might just try it down here because I need my hands. I also have a hair question, okay? I have wanted long Arwen hair, like Lord of the Rings hair, for a very long time with, you know, no extensions on. This is all my natural hair. I basically just leave it alone. I barely wash it. I wash it once a week. I don't trim it. I very rarely dye it. I use root spray. And now that I have it, I'm getting the urges. I'm getting the urges to do something with it. Bit of choppy changey, layers maybe, darker, lighter, fringe. Dakota, I blame Dakota. Every time she's in a new movie, I get the urge to have that fringe back. I used to have that fringe and it was divine, but it was a pain in the ass to style. So I have my little tea in this gorgeous little handmade mug that I got at a Christmas market last year. I have a Twinings tea bag because these are biodegradable tea bags that are not flooding me with microplastics. Yeah, this is going to be one of those videos you can just have on in the background while you're doing your laundry or doing the dishwasher. Yeah, I'm gonna break these up into categories for the video. I'm going to start with self-care. So this here is, it has earned its spot as my essential bedtime ritual. This and lavender drops on my pillow for obvious reasons. But this is Magnesium Sleep Body Lotion by Better You. It's basically a natural sleep aid. You can just get it in the pharmacy, and it's a blend of magnesium and lavender that has been proven to improve sleep quality in an independent sleep trial. But I have felt it, I have seen it in my Aura Ring stats because I track my sleep. They have a kids one as well, and I use that for the kids, but it's a recyclable plant-based plastic bottle because it delivers the magnesium transdermally. So, you know, you're not taking a pill and swallowing it. It doesn't upset your digestive system, because I know some people find that they get the runs when they have magnesium and they supplement with that. So nice if you get tension in your muscles, and it just helps. The smell of it helps me unwind. I think just the act of doing it, of like putting this on my legs, so I rub it onto my legs and my feet when I'm getting into bed, just the act of doing that makes it, like, triggers my brain into realizing it's time for sleep, you know, and I just feel like I'm doing something nice for myself. Okay, next is Fussy deodorant. Okay, I was a big Wild deodorant girl for years, but they sold out to Unilever. They're ranked one of the world's biggest plastic polluters year after year. I don't know, every time I see Wild now, I feel sad, because just like, imagine calling yourself sustainable while you're owned by the people who are literally clogging the planet. Unilever churn out billions of single-use plastic bottles every year, you know. So yeah, I have switched to Fussy deodorant. I first heard my friend Hannah Witten talk about this on here, and then my friend Lena talk about it, and I am so delighted with the one I got. I can't remember the name of it, but it smells like some kind of orange or cola bottle sweets that I used to have as a child. But this is another all-natural deodorant, but it basically uses probiotics to neutralize your stink by balancing the bacteria in your armpits. So when I use this, I smell fresh as a daisy, but it's not blocking my sweat either, which, like, your body needs to release sweat to regulate its temperature. Lovely minimalist refillable case, compostable cardboard refills. The wild ones do fit in this. If you have some to use up, please use them up. If you're switching, this kind of deodorant, it actually works. There's no crumbling and white marks or anything like that, and you're cutting down on single-use plastics. Another essential in this house is Epsom bath salts. I go through so many packets of this. Sometimes I try and buy the big huge pots that are for people who are recovering from like intense sports. These just turn an ordinary bath into therapy. Total mental reset in one of these bags. Really love these when I am stressed and anxious. I'm very prone to anxiety, and getting in a hot bath with Epsom salts really does calm my mind, melts away aches, leaves you feeling more restored. And I always notice it boosts my HRV. If you're a HRV nerd, you'll know what I mean. And then I always sleep like a log afterwards. Next is Diorolite. So if you are fond of a night out, a night of drinking, you probably associate this with being hungover. I don't drink, but I am still breastfeeding. Even though my daughter's nearly 3, I'm still breastfeeding, and sometimes I just forget to drink enough water. I do love my caffeine as well. And yeah, what this does is it just effectively hydrates you quite quickly. If you're dehydrated, Diorolite is like a reset button. I just get it in the pharmacy. It has the right balance of electrolytes. I have a sachet like every second day in the morning in a big glass of water. I can't explain how different I feel when I remember to have these. So there must be something going on with my electrolytes. But yeah, they're handy to have in the house if your kids are sick, if you exercise a lot and sweat a lot and you're not properly rehydrating, if you use sauna, which sometimes we do go down to the sauna. And yeah, even if you're just crap at drinking water, like if you get a bit fatigued, get a headache, and then you have one of these, like, I don't know, I just feel right as rain then. So like obviously water and teas like this, that rehydrates you, but that doesn't really replace salts when you're dehydrated. I wish I was more clued into this when I started my breastfeeding journey, because God, so many things I was experiencing were probably because of dehydration, even though I thought I was having lots of water at the time. So next is, Thomas bought me these. I was not sent them or anything like that. They're from an Irish company called Ever Amber, and they do different types of glasses, like blue light blocking glasses and stuff. These glasses are called their Sleep Sync red lens glasses. They look like this. He got me a pair and him a pair, and they're basically wind down eyewear. So when I put them on, everything is red. They basically filter out blue and green light, any of the light that messes with your melatonin, like reduces it, disrupts your circadian rhythm and stuff. And what we do is we pop these on in the evening. So say if the kids go to bed at like 6:30, they wake up very early, but they do like 11 to 12 hours overnight. And if they have an early night, we will watch an episode of Sopranos. And because I've seen it before, I don't mind watching it with these on, but I love watching Sopranos in these. That's my current like little evening ritual. We'll move on to fashion. Now, look, I don't buy many clothes. I rewear old clothes a lot. I do buy secondhand a lot, and I'm not really a fashion person. I'm not like a super fashionable person. Yes, I have my lovely walk-in wardrobe with all my lovely shoes on display and all my lovely dresses, and I love all that stuff. But at the end of the day, like, I have 2 young children who are now both in school. One is in preschool, one is in primary school, and I need things that are very quick to put on and style, even though I'm not necessarily very good at styling clothes. But, you know, I just want stuff that makes me look put together with very little effort. One thing I really needed was a Mary Poppins big handbag, a big, huge bag for the school run. You know, I have a lot of little cute little handbags, but yeah, I was thinking about Mary Poppins, and you know me, I would have loved something that was more Mary Poppins than Louis Vuitton. Like, I like quirky. This is from River Island, but I had a gift card and I needed to use it. And, you know, it's my birthday. It does look very Louis Vuitton. It looks very fancy, and it wasn't that expensive at all. And my goodness, does it get used. Like, nappies, snacks, wipes, teddies. Hello. Yeah, I've got plasters. I've got like hair ties, and you can fit spare change of clothes for the kids. My lunch, like, I can fit so much in this. It's so stylish, even though I am not. Something else very stylish that I feel like is such a nice one for going from summer to into autumn. I know that it looks like denim, but it's wool. I love that it's wool. It is the denim inspired wool jacket from LilySilk, which is a brand you'll have seen me mention many times before. This is a collab they did with Elizabeth Stewart, but I love the silver buttons on it. I love the stitching. And when I just barely throw myself together for bringing the kids to school, this just makes me look fancy straight away. The way it's tailored is just absolutely gorgeous. And yeah, it's good. That time of year, it's just not cold enough for like a big, massive warm coat, but you do need something here in Ireland. So I love this. LilySilk are all about buying less but better. And that's something that I have preached for years. And they have very kindly agreed to sponsor this segment of the video. So yay. Instead of fast fashion that falls apart after a couple of washes, they focus on natural fabrics. So obviously silk, which is in the name, but also cashmere and wool. And they make pieces that you can wear over and over again but keep for years. So for example, there was a set that I got from them made of cashmere, like a lounge set years ago, and with every wash it was softer and softer and more comfortable. Like, they even used their leftover fabric to make accessories, and they sent me a couple of bits to show you. And the reason I'm including them in this video is because they are essentials. Like, they are not the big look at me flowery dress. They're things that you will wear over and over again. These here are from this season's sports series. So this set, it is so practical and comfy. It's like one of these little zip neck little guys, but this, it's a really solid layering piece as well for chilly mornings. But these are made with silk terry fabric, and the easiest way to explain that is basically silk on the inside, cotton on the outside. So the inside is really soft, but it's much sturdier on the outside. So you get that lovely smooth comfort for your skin, but it's still practical and durable, breathable. It's not itchy like a lot of sportswear, and it keeps its shape. They also sent me some bits from their silk jersey capsule. Basics you'll actually live in and rewear over and over. Relaxed t-shirts, flowy shorts, easy lounge sets with fabric that has a little stretch so it doesn't cling, is quick drying, machine washable, doesn't need ironing. Like, you can give it a little steam, but yeah, it's just ideal if you work from home like I do. It's great for travel, high quality and timeless. This is also from LilySilk, this one that I'm wearing right now. Their stuff always makes me look and feel more polished. Love that they're sustainable as well. So I have got codes for you. Melanie20 will get you 20% off, but if you browse the website and find loads of things that you love and you know that you will wear, and you want to spend a bunch of money, or you want to buy presents for people, like Christmas presents or whatever, you can get 25% off if you spend over £380, $480 or €430. Yeah, I used to be the type of person that just bought endless amounts of fast fashion, whereas when I invest in things and that they last longer, it just works out all around cheaper. Okay, next, I might put you back down here. Beauty. I used to make so many beauty videos. Please let me know if you've been around since I used to make beauty videos. That was like my bread and butter on YouTube. But it got to a place where all of the beauty gurus came about, and I was like, why would anyone listen to me when they can watch these incredible makeup artists, you know? I still just think it's nice to hear what things people are using, like everyday people. I mentioned this perfume in one of my favorites videos years ago, and I've gone back to it. This is by Jean-Paul Gaultier. It's the little one that has little boobies. It's like a woman's body. I think it's called Classique. I realized recently a lot of my fragrances were on the boycott list. A lot of them are from just companies that don't, you know, ethically, I'm not on board with them in terms of pollution and just lots of things. But it's really hard because if you've got a fragrance, like, you want to use it up. I don't believe in just dumping everything you have and then buying new things just because, you know, like, use things up first. Yes, and I am going to use up all my fragrances. And this scent, God, let me see. It's so classic, it's so feminine, it's just so beautiful. It's kind of orange blossomy, ambery, gingery. It's divine, it's sensual. I love it, and it reminds me of my mid-20s, of a very fun, sexy time, and I needed that. I needed that back. Yeah, when I'm going on dates with my husband and I want to feel a bit sexy, and this scent just makes me feel sexier. For skincare, I have to shout this out. This is the Sculpted by Amy Liquid Glow Brightening Essence. So it's like, you know, one of those Korean skincare essences. It has niacinamide in it, and I have been sleeping on niacinamide for so many years. Like, the odd time I'd get a product with it in it, and then my skin would be all lovely and glowy, and then I'd move on to another product, or I'd forget about it. And yeah, this under any serum, under moisturizer, every day I use this, and it's so beautiful. And sometimes I layer it, like I'll do a couple of, I'll like pat it into my skin, let that sink in, then I'll do another layer. Ooh, it's actually made in South Korea. Very nice. But this is a brand that I really love, Sculpted by Amy. Like, I have, in terms of SPFs, these two. So if I'm wearing makeup, she has this one, and it's her Beauty Base Protect. So it's like a moisturizing primer with hyaluronic acid, and it has factor 50. So like, this is really, really nice under makeup. But when I'm not wearing makeup, which is probably 5 days a week, honestly, in this day and age, I don't wear makeup nearly as much as I used to, and sometimes I'll just use this. This is Cetaphil Daily Defense Cream SPF 50, but it's the mineral one. So if you're like dodge about sun creams and stuff and you want a mineral one, they have this in Holland and Barrett. There's no added fragrance, and it gives you really great protection with zinc oxide technology. Oh, I was gonna go on about these, but then I remembered I made a whole video basically about these two things. So red light therapy mask, retinol, prescription retinol. These two things, that's like the golden combo duo. Yeah, it's the gold standard for just like skin health. One boosts renewal at a cellular level, while the other one supercharges collagen production, and they're so boring and like unsexy. You know, people like the fancy packaging on things and all, and this is just like a tube of that looks like some bum cream that your uncle uses, and this, you know, this is like not a sexy face mask. This is the cheapest of the red light therapy face masks that I do own. It's the Omnilux Contour one, but I notice it when I don't use these. If I forget, like I sometimes do forget to use the mask or whatever for like a week, and then my face looks dull as shit. Like, it's so noticeable when I'm forgetting. Something as well now, like I used to not like doing this because I felt like it made me look like a clown, and it unless it was in a photo, like in real life, it is a bit clownish, even still. But if I, like, it's lining my overlining my lips. To overlining them, I don't just mean like going along the line, I mean overlining them. This is another Sculpted by Amy product. I like all of her lip liners, but if I don't do this now, I just look a lot older because my lips have gotten thinner over the years. I remember years ago, I felt like my lips were big, and I genuinely thought I had big lips, and I probably didn't by today's standards with like all people getting fillers and stuff, but I felt like they were quite plump, and if I pouted them, like now I can't pout, like I can't pout and make my lips look big, and not that that matters, God, it's so silly, but I just feel a little bit better, a little bit less self-conscious and stuff if I overline my lips, and I'll demonstrate here the difference. It is quite dramatic, and oh my goodness. Some home things. So a while back, I shared this in my monthly vlogs, but we were gifted a set of furniture for our garden, for our patio area, from Michael Murphy Home Furnishing, and it is like my favorite thing ever. They were doing a giveaway collab with me, and one of you guys got to win one through Instagram. And I also bought like, is it called a parasol, or just one of the big umbrella things, and a little like outdoor rug. And I can't tell you how much I adore that space. I eat so many meals out there. I go out there first thing in the morning, watch the birds, listen to the birds, look at the sky, look at all the flowers that I planted. It is so nice. The reason I wanted to mention this is, like, even if you only have, I don't know, a little balcony, or you have a tiny little front garden or something, highly recommend putting a little tiny set, like a outdoor seating set or a chair, even a chair, a single chair outside, just so you can have somewhere to sit and be outside more. It's so calming and soothing for my nervous system, and I just love this set because it's like hobbit chic is what I have landed on. It just looks like what Bilbo Baggins would buy if he was faced with loads of different patio furnitures. Salt lamps is another one. We have a few salt lamps in the house, and I just love them so much. And I know people say, oh, they purify the air, or I don't know, they have mystical healing powers. I just love the vibes. I just love the cozy, warm atmosphere that they give. That kind of soft light, it signals to your brain to just calm down. Love. I wanted to mention this too. My mom was here the other day and she gave me this gorgeous like gift set full of all these natural local products and stuff, but it had this hand lotion. It's with lemongrass and bergamot by Dublin herbalists, and it's in a gorgeous glass bottle. Now hand cream is the essential that I mean, but this is like my new favorite one. But I've such a problem with overwashing my hands. I definitely suffer with health anxiety. You guys know that. But ever since the pandemic, I don't know how to drop this habit. It's become such a terrible habit. I wash my hands like a million times a day. I don't want my kids to pick up on it and start absorbing that, but I do it anyway. So I have to use hand cream because my fingers are literally getting wrinkles. And this smells so nice. So shout out to Dublin herbalists. Parenting favourites. This has been a favourite for years, but I'm just obsessed with it. So this is our sound machine. Listen to that. That's what I listen to all night. This is Lumi. Got it on Amazon years ago. We actually have 2 of them, but it has all kinds of different types of white noise. It has lots of different sounds. It's just a sound machine, and it has different light settings, green, pink, purple. Really does give us a solid sleep, especially like coming into the summer and all the birds and stuff. Like the kids were able to at least sleep through that. And then I have to include this lentil pasta from Tesco. Now they're trying to market it as like, oh, high protein, but it's just red lentils shaped into pasta. And giving the kids this with either a homemade tomato sauce or like a healthy, not overly processed tomato sauce from the shop with like hidden veggies blended in and stuff like that. Mix in some cheese. Like that meal, that's basically doing half of my parenting job for me. Like they're getting so much protein and fiber and nutrients in that meal. You're not having a battle because it's pasta. Like who doesn't like pasta? And it's really tasty as well. It doesn't taste like cardboard, it's lovely. I even eat this, and there's an indirect benefit with like their sleep and stuff if they eat a good meal in the evening. It's so convenient, like it cooks in a few minutes, and I just cannot cope with how important this is in our house. We have it at least 3 days a week for dinner. Okay, media. Caroline Winkler. Her channel is my favorite place on the internet, I think, right now. I love her so much so that my husband has he's a pilot, so he has a long haul flight to where she lives, and he was like, what if we try and get someone to mind the kids for a couple of days and you come with me and then we can go and visit her? Like, I almost did ask her. I almost asked her because sometimes like we voice noted and stuff back and forth on Instagram, and like I love this woman more than I can explain, and I've never met her. And I know some of you get that feeling with creators you watch and stuff, but like, I love her. She's the perfect blend of cozy and chaos. She's so honest, but she's so bloody artistic, and she's such a talent for this platform. She's like cool but weird. She's an actress, but she's also like really real and raw and unbelievable at interior design and making that accessible, but she covers lifestyle stuff with the warmth of a bestie, and her videos feel like you're just with her hanging out, but you're learning and you're feeling inspired, and she never pretends her life is perfect, and I appreciate that in a content creator. She's so funny, and I can't live without her. And another YouTube channel that I adore is Cinema Therapy. So it's movie talk blended with the depth of therapy. So you've got a therapist, a licensed therapist, and a filmmaker and they're friends and they're sitting side by side and they're unpacking all of our favourite movies, showing how stories reflect our struggles, our real struggles and relationships, and it's so entertaining. I always laugh and I always feel really fuzzy, and it's really insightful and so healing. Like, you get the joy of revisiting a really good movie that you just loved or used to watch all the time, and then the gift of seeing yourself in the movie more with a bit of compassion. Like, and someone from their team watches me and often comments. I don't know, is it their editor or their producer, but someone like very involved in that channel watches me and like, hello, if you're watching, I just love what you do. I love cinema therapy so much. It is one of the safest spaces on the internet that just makes me feel like I'm getting a big cuddle. So if you've not checked it out, you have to. And then for people who are struggling with any kind of chronic illness, like unexplained symptoms, these are two channels you need to check out. aaall, I think is how you pronounce her name. Her channel is it's just a vibrant community of healing. She has hundreds of interviews with people who've recovered from really chronic issues, and like, she interviews scientists, she interviews doctors, loads of people who've recovered from stuff like chronic fatigue syndrome, fibromyalgia, long COVID, which I struggled with. This channel was invaluable for me and still is. Like, with my, I still have dips with like anxiety and random symptoms popping up, and this channel always really helps. So many of her videos are so helpful. And Dan Buglio, his channel is called Pain Free You. He is like my virtual emotional support. He just has these like no bullshit videos where a lot of the time he's just sitting outside or he's sitting on his couch. There's no frilly editing. He just helps me calm down when I'm not calm at all. I was going to have a films section, but I'm very out of touch with like newer movies coming out because I've got the kids and stuff. I just always end up going for comfort movies. There's so many new films that I haven't seen, so like I need to get caught up. But when I do often like watch movies or like do see a new movie in the cinema, I do review them on Instagram or in my monthly vlogs. I have a film club at the end of the monthly vlogs. I always review a movie. Sometimes I throw in 2 movies in those vlogs. And then books. The reason I'm not including a book section here is because I wanted to have a books section in my October monthly vlog. But I'll just give you a preview of what I'm reading right now. It is the new Stephanie Garber. It's an uncorrected proof copy of Alchemy of Secrets. And I have been reading so many of her books, mostly through audiobooks, because I'm going to be hosting an event with her for the release of this book on Halloween, and I'm so excited to meet her. Oh my god, she's so good. She's so good. And some nutrition. These are like these are like a drug to me. I love these so much. They're from Holland and Barrett. They're the dark chocolate almonds that are lightly dusted with raspberry powder with 70% cocoa solids, and they have friendly bacteria. I can't. Like, you know, I avoid ultra processed food and stuff like that. So this is like this is my M&Ms. I love these. I have them all the time. The last 2 things are these bad boys, which I usually mix. So chia seeds, just my bowels be happier since chia seeds entered my life. I always soak them overnight, usually in this other one, but sometimes I put them in porridge in the morning. But kefir. So I mix kefir with chia seeds and oats overnight in the fridge. Kefir is so gut friendly. It's high in protein. It's got vitamins. It's cultured milk. Like, it's got live cultures in it. And it is a bit tangy. It's a bit hard to get used to. But I mix honey in with the oats and the chia seeds and the kefir. And then I can put like berries or nuts or almond butter or whatever on the top. And it is so nice. And it's such a nice, healthy start to the day. Good for everything. Good for your tummy, good for your skin, good for your mood, good for all of the fingers. I wanted to mention those because I've been probably having them like for breakfast 4 or 5 days a week this year. There's some stuff still sitting around me that I haven't gotten to, but I have to go to a child's birthday party now. I'm running a little bit late, but please share your favorites in the comments down below. I would really enjoy reading through them. I find that I think honestly most of these things I found out about through the internet and through like people's YouTube channels, either the comments or the videos. I find out about almost everything online. That ends up becoming an integral part of my life. Hope you enjoyed the old school video vibes. I am gonna run. I will see you again in another video very, very soon. Blow you a kiss, and I need the final answer on the microphone debate, because I just feel like that looks and sounds stupid.